Hi, this is Michael from Neatline Antique Maps, and this is one of the earliest world maps available to collectors. 1541 woodcut map by Laurent Fries. We start with one of the most enduring of all cartographic myths found on antique maps, the Mountains of the Moon, which are found on maps all the way into the 19th century, a staying power that attests to the incredible challenges to exploration in the interior of the African continent. Now, this is a feature that enters the European cartographic tradition through Ptolemy, who recounts the story of a traveling merchant who accidentally discovered the source of the Nile. Snow melt from the Mountains of the Moon was said to flow into two lakes, and then on to the Nile. These lakes could correspond to Lake Albert and Lake Victoria, but as you can see, the Ptolemaic tradition places them much further south than their actual position. Another feature of this map which stands out is the depiction of Greenland as a long, thin peninsula. Now, Greenland was known to Europeans from at least the 10th century Viking excursions, but the considerable challenges to exploration in the Arctic North and a lack of cartographic data left its insularity an open debate into the early modern period. Another way in which this debate is manifest on maps is seen here, on Waldseemüller's famous map of 1516, in which the relationship is purposely hidden outside the map image. And the confusion persists in maps of the New World, as in this 1837 map by John Arrowsmith, which links Greenland along the west coast, leaving Upper Canada ill-defined. Finally, we have a fascinating depiction of South Asia. Now, there's a lot to unpack here, but let's start by looking at the way the Malay Peninsula should look. As you can see, it should veer southeast towards Indonesia, with the Gulf of Thailand on its east coast. But our map shows a massive peninsula curving southwest, with the Gulf of Thailand on its west coast. To understand this error, we have to go back to Ptolemy and his representation of an enclosed Indian Ocean. As we can see on this Ptolemaic map of the late 15th century, there was a belief in a land bridge connecting Africa and East Asia. The idea of the Ptolemaic land bridge, sometimes referred to as Ptolemy's Great Promontory, had already been challenged in antiquity, and early Arab geographers knew the Indian Ocean was not landlocked. But it took 15th century Portuguese explorations in the region to convince European mapmakers. Now, many errors we see on antique maps are the result of cartographers trying to reconcile old ideas with new information, and that is certainly the case here on this map by Martellus, a German mapmaker working in Florence about the year 1490. What makes this map pertinent here is that it creates the so-called Martellus dragon-tail model of Southeast Asia. This is the model found on our map, featuring two large Southeast Asian peninsulas, the outer one echoing Ptolemy's land bridge by curving dramatically towards Africa. But advances in knowledge are also on display, with a smaller Sri Lanka and more accurate India and Africa. So we've seen that this map manifests some of the more interesting 16th century European notions about the shape of the world. For more information, please visit our website. Thank you.